Previously on Star Trek
A
Online.
massive fleet of Undine vessels just appeared from a rift. They're setting a course for the gateway.
The Undine? What do they want?
Unknown. Drop to Lisette. Track their course.
Enterprise to Captain Sean. We're receiving a distress signal from Earth's space dock.
Sean to Federation Fleet. Red alert. Prepare for immediate departure.
Egg?
Where are you going? Intriguing. The amount of resistance Starfleet has offered is unexpected. That being said, the weak will perish. Kronos. Their real target is Kronos.
So, you are the heroes of the Milky Way. You have come further than we expected. But still you chase our shadow. Do not attract our attention again.
And now, the continuation.
It's been 32 years since Voyager finished its journey.
We thought we had left the Delta Quadrant behind us.
We were wrong.
The gateways to the quadrant are open.
And the choices we made have long-lasting effects. Now, we will help the friends we left behind.
And fight the rising darkness.
Voyager's first trip through the Delta Quadrant was a solitary one.
We must return to set things right. This time, we must unite to survive.
Greetings. Admiral Tuvok is waiting for you in the conference room.
Lieutenant?
Welcome aboard. And if I may say so, it's good to see you again. Between doomsday devices and the Delta Quadrant, it looks like we get all of the interesting assignments. If you'll come with me, I'll take you to Admiral Tuvok. He wants to see you right away.
Zeal. I hadn't expected to see you again.
It's good to see you too. Someone decided that with our experience with that, borrowed bird of prey, I'm the perfect person to handle joint operations with the Klingons out here in the Delta Quadrant. I even got a promotion, as you can see.
Can you fill me in on a bit more on what's been going on here?
What would you like to know?
Do you know why Admiral Tuvok requested me?
The Admiral is trying to track down Dr. Cooper. He thinks that Cooper is the key to this conflict with the Undine. He hasn't explained why yet, but he says that your assistance is crucial. What would you like to know?
What's the situation in the Delta Quadrant?
Unstable, but not totally out of control. The Borg have suffered setbacks on multiple fronts. They're being pressed hard by the Voth, the Undine, and various liberated elements. The Voth are mostly bottled up in their home space and in the Solanae Dyson sphere. We've established some connections with a few of the locals, such as the Kobali and the Talaxians. Of course, there are still troublemakers out here. The Kazon, the Hirogen, the Malon, and there's a new power player we're very concerned about. Whoever they are, they're picking off systems left and right. Even the Krenim weren't a match for them. We need to find out who they are and what they want. What would you like to know?
Why bring Voyager out here? This ship is 30 years old.
Voyager spent 7 years in the Delta Quadrant, and during that time many of her systems were optimized to deal with the hazards out here. This old girl's still got a few tricks. Besides, Admiral Tuvok specifically brought Voyager out for this mission, and what the Admiral wants, the Admiral gets. What would you like to know?
Let's go.
Sorry we don't have time for a tour, but the Admiral insists he needs to speak with you right away.
Some other time, then.
The Admiral is waiting for you in the ready room.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Admiral?
Greetings. Thank you for coming so promptly. We do not have much time, and I require your assistance.
What's going on?
I am still under telepathic assault by the Undine we know as Cooper. He has found some means to greatly increase his psionic power, and I cannot withstand his assault indefinitely. I will need your help to repel Cooper's attack and counter him.
You must be under a great amount of stress.
What else do you need to know?
What do you need me to do?
I have been able to deflect Cooper's attacks thus far, but I require assistance to repel him and gain any useful information. I propose initiating a Vulcan mind meld through which you will be able to enter my mind and aid me against Cooper.
That sounds dangerous.
What else do you need to know?
Wouldn't it be better to seek the aid of a psionic master?
Your prior experiences with Cooper should allow your subconscious mind to hone in on him. An outsider who has never encountered him before would have no such connection and could never hope to find him.
I'll try to do what I can.
What else do you need to know?
I am ready.
My mind to your mind. Your thoughts to my thoughts.
What's going on? There's no sign of Tuvok or anyone else. It's like I'm alone in the Mindscape. Try to unlock the door. Why would the sickbay door be locked? Maybe it can be overridden. Console's also locked out, but maybe the emergency medical hologram can answer some questions. Computer, activate the emergency medical hologram.
Please state the nature of the medical emergency.
Doctor, I seem to be confined to sickbay. Can you override the door lockout for me?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? First, I need to make sure you're not contagious or suffering from any injuries. This will only take a moment.
I'm fine, Doctor, really. I need to get to engineering.
Don't be difficult. I'm only doing my job. Engineers and captains, always in a hurry to get out of sickbay.
Doctor, it's crucial that I leave sickbay. I need to find Tuvok.
You're not going anywhere. Doctor's orders.
Doctor!
Can you hear me? Come speak to me at the desk terminal. The mind meld was successful. Excellent. I am currently trapped in the ready room. For the moment, I will only be able to communicate with you remotely. Cooper is working to subvert my mental defenses, and I must focus my concentration on keeping my mind intact.
So I need to liberate you from your ready room?
No. Cooper is trying to erode my emotional control. Symbolically, this means that he must destroy Voyager. To do so, he is attempting to overload the warp core. You must proceed to engineering to stop Cooper from destabilizing the warp core. If he is successful, he will have broken down my mental control systems. Once the core and my mind are protected from Cooper's attacks, then we can take control of this mindscape. Take the pad from the doctor's office. I will use it to communicate with you as you proceed.
Understood. I'll pick up the pad and proceed to engineering.
Good. Now we will be able to remain in contact. Proceed to engineering.
Ah!
Cooper is attempting to subvert my mental defenses by replacing my memories with engrams from his bioship. Until he is expelled, these kinds of incursions will continue. You may see strange items or distortions in your surroundings. Ignore them and proceed as best you can. Remember Kiri Kinthaw's first law of metaphysics. Nothing unreal exists.
Understood. I think. Engineering.
Trying to overload the warp core. You must keep it stable.
Wait a minute. This isn't right.
The Mindscape is a simulacrum. Cooper may move elements to suit his needs, or try to stop you. Certain areas may be blocked or damaged, or even transformed. Do your best to reach your destination. Cooper cannot simultaneously attack an area and conceal it.
I see.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here? This area is very dangerous. The core is unstable.
Where's the chief engineer?
Ilana, I don't know. She should be here, but as far as I can tell, everything on Voyager's about to fall apart, and I'm the only one here. Stay back. I'm going to put a force field around the core while I try to stabilize it. It won't contain a core breach, but it might block some of the radiation if the magnetic stabilizers give out.
I can stop the core breach. Let me assist.
I've almost got this. Just keep back. It will only take a few more minutes.
Ensign, we can solve this more effectively if we work together.
You are stupid, aren't you? Only people the Vulcan melded with should be here. Not everyone on Voyager is part of Tuvok's warped little subconscious. Some of us are far more exceptional.
Ensign Kim, step away from the warp core controls.
I'll destroy you. And Tuvok's mind will be. I'm in
Raised
control.
defenses to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack.
You
He has
can't
raised
stop
defenses
this.
to protect himself. Use one of the engineering consoles to press your attack. Quickly use the controls to restore the warp core. This will strengthen my mental defenses. Excellent. With my mental defenses stabilized, we should have additional time to fend off Cooper's intrusion. Head to the crew decks. Inside of my memories exist fragments of personalities from any person with whom I have previously experienced a mind meld. You may be able to find someone whose personality is not wholly part of my mind, and thus not susceptible to Cooper's influence.
I'll find someone to help on the crew decks. Ah.
Move through the crew decks to your right. You may be able to find a fragment of a personality who can help. People with whom I have previously melded have left impressions of their Katras in my mind. You may be able to convince one to assist you. Because they are not technically me, Cooper's ability to subvert them may be limited.
I'll keep an eye out for anyone who might be able to help.
What is happening? What am I doing here? Who are you? I require specifics. Answer me.
Voyager is in danger from species 8472. We need to liberate Tuvok. He's being held locked in the ready room.
I have no reason to trust you, but this seems familiar somehow. Why am I in the crew quarters? I should be in my regeneration alcove.
Tuvok can explain. Here, he can communicate through this pad.
7. You are currently experiencing an enigmatic regress as a result of a Vulcan mind meld. You must assist me in reasserting control over the meld. I am currently locked in the ready room next to the bridge. Exercise caution as species 8472 has subverted the vessel.
Let's go to the bridge and help Tuvok.
That is Borg technology. But the presence of the collective will not dissuade us. Assimilation is irrelevant.
I don't like the looks of this. They're active.
Assimilated Undine. It may be a reflection of the unconscious fears of species 8472.
Bridge. Cooper.
You're here. Let's just get this over with.
I will secure the bridge while you release Tuvok.
I'm on it.
With Cooper defeated, he should no longer be able to maintain the telepathic link with my mind. For the time being. We must end the mind meld and consider our next course of action. Now that we have removed Cooper's influence, it is time to break the link between he and myself.
I agree. It's time to end this.
With Cooper's attack temporarily halted, we are in a position to slow the advance of his Undine forces. Please accompany me to the bridge.
Lead the way, Admiral.
We still do not have a fix on Cooper's whereabouts. I will contact Starfleet for any current information about Undine movements. Use the sensors to check for their quantum signatures. Voyager's sensor array is currently calibrated for tracking Undine movements, so you should be able to garner results quickly.
I'll handle the sensors. That's not right. Tuvok, what do you make of this?
You should return to your ship. While I am somewhat fatigued as a result of the mind meld, I believe that I can continue in my duties on Voyager while we plan our next steps.
Tuvok, I'm getting an error from operations. The Omega Protocol lockdown is in effect.
We must still be in the meld. Cooper is trying to deceive us. He needs to break the link cleanly, but lacks the strength to confront us directly.
What do we do?
You don't belong here.
We should use the link to our advantage. If we can track Cooper through the link, we can then pursue him in the physical realm. Since the Mindscape deals in symbolic representations, we need a map to his location. We should proceed to astrometrics.
Let's go. Astrometrics.
Cooper is trying to block your progress. Look for another path.
I wasn't here before. Pardon me.
In 2375, Voyager encountered a malfunctioning Borg vinculum that had been turned into a trap by species 6339. This vinculum caused other personalities from the collective to surface in 7 of 9. I entered a mind meld with her in an attempt to stabilize her personality. These people are echoes of the personalities of people assimilated by the Borg. They are not truly aware, knowing only that they desire to escape. It may be helpful to think of them as ghosts, metaphorically speaking, of course.
I'm not afraid of ghosts.
Cooper is attempting to distort your path again. Keep searching.
He's trying to send us a message, that's for sure.
I sense we are making progress. Keep searching.
Whoa. This doesn't make any sense. Uh-oh. Push past them. That got it. Alright, Cooper. Close. Let's try somewhere else. Check memory of Necrit Expanse. Area of Borg space near an unstable corridor the Undine used to make incursions into our dimension. Logic suggests this would be an ideal location for them to use the fleet as staging area. It's time to end the meld and go find Cooper.
This ordeal has taxed me mentally, but I must continue the mission. I have learned that Cooper is in fluidic space, in an area that corresponds to the location known in our dimension as the Northwest Passage. We must travel there and enter fluidic space to confront Cooper once more. He is aboard a special command bioship that he cannot abandon. If we catch him in fluidic space, we can force a final confrontation. Please join me on the bridge. I must focus my concentration on regaining my strength. I need you to enter our destination coordinates and make certain that there are no more surprises.
Voyager will join you in the Northwest Passage. We'll leave as soon as you've returned to your ship. We need to hurry if we want to catch Cooper.
Understood.
This area of space was labeled by Commander Chakotay as the Northwest Passage. It is a corridor of space that the Borg avoid because of the high incidence of quantum singularities, which the Undine use as points of transit. Voyager encountered the passage in 2373, and Captain Janeway chose to use it to travel through Borg space. This precipitated our first contact with species 8472.
What do we need to do here?
We must locate a quantum singularity that will lead us into the correct area of fluidic space. My suspicion is that Cooper is using this region as a staging ground for the massed Undine fleet, and his command bioship will be there as well. Approach each singularity and check its quantum wave signature. When we find the correct one, we will pass through.
We'll probably have to engage the Undine ships first, then scan the singularities. Red alert. Shields to full. Singularity's too unstable. We got ships coming out of that one. Set course for that one. Weapons to full power. Crossing either leads to an area of dense fluidic space that is overgrown with coral-like structures. We can't use it. Weapons free.
To reach Cooper's command bioship. According to my scans, he is using a modified dreadnought as a control vessel. Intriguing. Cooper's bioship appears to have nerve clusters, gyri, and structures typically associated with brain matter. While most bioships are organic, they are not aware. Rather, they are biological tissue operated by the Undine as tools. Cooper's vessel is different. It is possible that the ship is self-aware. This would explain the increase in Cooper's telepathic abilities. Not only is his command bioship able to coordinate the entire Undine fleet, acting as a brain for the other ships, but it also amplifies his psionic power. We must gain access to the ship directly. We will need to temporarily disable its shielding mantle, so we can fire upon vulnerable sections to disable it.
Find and disable Cooper's ship. Understood.
You've come a long way, but as you can see, I am not unprepared for your arrival. This command bioship is unique. It is capable of coordinating an entire fleet of bioships. A fleet that will launch from the structures you see here. Even if you attack me, I suspect you will find the sheer power of my new fleet to be overwhelming.
We're not defeated yet. Helm, compensate for fluidic space. Weapons, stand by.
Cooper while it is possible.
We are close to Cooper's position, but the bioship is blocking transport in the area closest to the central nexus. We must find control nodes that will allow us to enter the nexus. As the ship is organic, we may be able to force it open by sending impulses through certain nerve endings, thereby causing a reflex reaction, much like a sneeze.
Find the control nodes, open the central nexus. Got it. Look out! Undeeds are coming from the ceiling! Cover me. Ah. Ah. Another group of Undine are climbing down.
The muscles controlling this passage will not release. We will need to find control ganglia we can use to trigger a reflex response and open the door.
The release has to be near here. This has got to be it. More of them. It's This ought to do the trick.
Cooper should be in the chamber just beyond this door.
If this ship has a mind, can you convince it not to fight us?
An intriguing notion. I shall make the attempt. You must protect me from Cooper and his soldiers while I concentrate on the mind. When you are ready, we shall proceed.
I'm ready. Start the meld.
The ship is resisting the meld. I must move to another neural cluster. You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate.
Do my best. Ugh. Here they come.
You must protect me from Undine attacks while I concentrate. The ship is resisting the meld. You must move to another neural cluster.
We've got your back.
What is happening? You did this!
My mind to your mind. Your thoughts to my thoughts.
Why should we listen to the weak?
You will perish when the Iconians complete their purge. To the Iconians, you are weak.
We must survive.
When we fight one another, we are weak. United, we are strong.
No! Don't listen to him!
We must see to our needs.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
The many must survive.
We don't need them!
The many will be strong. The strong will survive.
They are weak. I will save us.
You are weak.
What? No!
Together, we are strong. You will be repurposed.
No!
Yeesh.
The Bio-Dreadnought has no intention of entering our space. Now we must return to our ships before the Undine retreat to their own fortresses in fluidic space.
Understood. Crossfield, 2 to be muck.
There are no signs of Undine pursuit. Whatever the intent of the remaining Undine forces, it seems that they do not involve our dimension. As a Vulcan, I am not given to personal displays. Nonetheless, we have shared a deep connection. We will always carry a part of this experience with us. In a sense, you have become a portion of my mental defenses. Part of the ship and crew that define the most challenging aspects of my existence. Our shared effort has prevented another Undine invasion, and incidentally allowed me to retain my sanity. Your contributions are appreciated. I must advise Starfleet Command of these developments. I am sure we will speak again. Until then, I am confident that events in the Delta Quadrant are in capable hands.
Farewell, Admiral. Whoops. Get me Delta Quadrant Command.
With Cooper gone, the Undine won't have a leader pushing them toward war with our forces. I wonder why he was so set on this conflict. We still don't know exactly how long Cooper had been replaced by an Undine, or if the original Cooper is still alive. Perhaps this Undine saw something during his time among us that convinced him that the only way to secure the safety of his people was to destroy ours. It wouldn't be the first time that's happened. Remember the Xindi attack on Earth in the 22nd century? They were told by the Sphere Builders that they had to destroy Earth to save themselves. It turned out that Sphere Builders were using the Xindi as a tool in their own destructive plans. We know the Iconians have manipulated the Undine. Maybe they were the ones pushing Cooper to attack. Hello. Would you have time to look into something for me?
Go ahead, Commander.
Our first task in the Delta Quadrant is a familiar one, helping a species to find a new home. A group of Talaxians living in the Entaba system are ready to move to a new homeworld nearby. Admiral Tuvok and Voyager have gone ahead to their main asteroid base to begin the preparations for the transition. The Admiral's requested your presence as well. You two work well together. I recommend you take advantage of his expertise. There's no one who knows more about the Delta Quadrant than he does.
We've arrived in the Entaba system, sir. Our orders are to rendezvous with Admiral Tuvok on Voyager. Setting course to their coordinates now.
Voyager is under attack by the Kazon. Engines are offline, requesting assistance.
Red alert. Shields up. Return fire. Draw them off Voyager. Hail Voyager.
Thank you for your assistance. We were en route to the Talaxian base when we were ambushed by the Kazon. The damage is relatively minor, but my crew will require time to make repairs. However, I have a personal request. The leader of the Talaxian colony served with me on Voyager. Would you be willing to take me there?
Of course, Admiral Tuvok. Beam over at your convenience.
This base is populated by Talaxians. My shipmate from Voyager, Neelix, joined them before they moved to this location. The Talaxians have been looking for a new homeworld for quite some time, and now they have found one.
Open a channel to the base.
Starfleet? Oh,
the Alliance's history with the relocation of the Romulans will be invaluable in this process.
It's been so long, and I keep in touch with my friends, but subspace isn't the same, and listen to me, I'm rambling on. My name is Neelix, and I serve as Starfleet's ambassador to the Delta Quadrant. Before that, I spent 7 years on the USS Voyager with Captain Catherine Janeway.
Admiral Janeway. She was promoted some time ago.
Admiral Janeway? Of course, she certainly earned that promotion. My link to the Alpha Quadrant wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be until the Janolan Dyson sphere opened a path straight to the Delta Quadrant. Now we get all sorts of news, but yours is the first ship to visit. I may make a trip to Earth myself sometime, sample the cuisine, but that will have to wait until after the colonization. I barely have a minute to myself anymore. There's just so much to do.
About the colonization.
Oh, you've come to help. How wonderful. But of course, Starfleet's always pitching in to help out, aren't they? Why, in all my years as ambassador to the Delta Quadrant, I've done everything I could to uphold the good name of the Federation. I don't always have the resources to do more than diplomatic visits, but we try to help out anyone we can, whenever we can. There are Alcompan ships out there right now. Did you know that? My people are helping them explore the stars.
I'm sure the Federation appreciates your efforts on its behalf, but could we get back to the colonization efforts?
Ow, where are my manners? You must be tired and thirsty after your long journey. Come to the colony. We'll fix you right up. But if I could impose on you just for a small favor first. The Kazon Nistrum have been giving us a lot of trouble lately. We've constructed some shield generators to protect the base, but the Kazon keep knocking them offline, and all my shuttles are prepping for the colonization. Could you reactivate the shields for us?
Of course, Neelix.
Wonderful! Just fly to the generators and start the relaunch sequence. It will take them a few minutes to get up to full strength, but that shouldn't be a problem. After that, beam down to the colony. I'll start making some nicely old root stew for you.
Restart the shield generators. Got it. Repairs complete, sir. The Kazon damaged some of the isolinear chips, but I was able to replace them with stock we have on hand. Good work. Let's hope the other ones are easier. Kazon managed to short out the EPS conduits, but I was able to reroute power through the secondary relays. So far, so good. Let's hope it holds up. That completes all satellites repairs, sir. Shielding systems coming back online now. Good work. Hail Neelix.
Thank you so much for your assistance. You may beam down to our base at your leisure. Oh, and speaking in my formal capacity as permanent ambassador, welcome to the Delta Quadrant.
Thank you, Neelix. Beam down to the base, sir? Absolutely.
It's so good to meet you in person. View screens are so impersonal, don't you think? May I shake your hand? If memory serves, that's how. Mr. Vulcan? Is that you, Tuvok?
Indeed. It is agreeable to see you again, Neelix.
What a wonderful surprise. Come, my friends, we have so much to discuss.
You look well, Neelix.
As do you. Family, children. Being here has changed me for the better.
Indeed. This colony is an improvement on your previous home.
Twice as large and completely updated. You should see the kitchen.
But you still seek a new homeworld?
Of course, children need sun and open skies. A place to put down roots. What was that?
Sir, the Kazon returned as soon as you transported down. We drove them off, but they got a lucky shot at the base before they left. Sensors are showing some structural damage in the operations bay. Acknowledged. Inform me if the Kazon return.
The operations bay? Dexter was in there. Dexter's trapped. Please, do something. Dex is a little dizzy, but she'll be fine. I have to stay with her, though. I'm afraid I must impose on your kindness again. Several of our systems were damaged in the attack, and I can't help fix them just now.
Of course I'll help, Neelix. What can I do?
Several of our systems are malfunctioning. Our communications, environmental controls, engineering, and the controls for the crane loading our ships all have been damaged.
It would be my pleasure. Pardon me, Admiral. Should do it. Okay. There's an order here. Whoa! That doesn't look too good. Route power through the secondary relays. Adjust the flow. Line the matrix. And replace damaged fuses. There we go. Good as new. The crane looks banged up. Yep. No. Oh. There we go. Up here. Okay. Oop. Oof. Here we go. Let's see. Increase the frequency. Lock it in. Alright. Takes care of that. Let's go check on Neelix.
Thank you so much. Everything seems to be working properly now, and Dex is feeling much better. I need to take one final lap around the base and speak to a few people before we depart. Would you care to accompany me?
Certainly.
Oh, hello! I'm preparing the most wonderful feast to celebrate the colonization of our new homeworld. And we need to gather spices for the Talaxian spice stew. I'll need ranganzo, smith basil, prishik, and some Nimian sea salt. I'm sure if you ask around, someone will have them.
Of course. I'll find what you need.
Isn't Chef Jolax great? He's a good friend, and his falata onion crisp is superb. We're traders.
I haven't seen
a lot
anyone
of people
like
have
you around
spices,
here before.
But I
You
bet
must be one
Alex,
of those
Brexit,
visitors from the
Wixon,
Alpha
and Maxon
Quadrant.
can help.
How are you enjoying your time here? Try the Jabellian berry salad yet?
Not yet, but I'm helping the chef prepare a meal to commemorate the launch. Do you happen to have any spices?
Ooh, is Jolex cooking? I can't wait. Give him this Smith basil. Spice stew isn't the same without a little Smith.
Thank you.
Maxon likes his food spicy. I once saw him add amber spice to Paraka wings.
Hi there. Are you enjoying your stay in the Delta Quadrant? Is there anything you need?
I'm helping the chef prepare a meal to commemorate the launch. Do you happen to have any spices?
Certainly. I have a bottle of ranganzo from my last trading trip. I was saving it for a special occasion, and today certainly fits.
Thank you.
Talaxians are a warm and generous people.
I'm certainly getting that impression.
Hello, friend. Are you looking for something?
I'm helping the chef prepare a meal for the launch. Do you happen to have any spices?
All I have is some Nimian sea salt. Do you need it?
Yes, that would be a great help. Thank you very much.
Now, Wixon, he's a reliable guy. You might even say he's the Nimian salt of the earth.
Quite clever, Neelix.
Hello. You must be one of Neelix's friends from the Alpha Quadrant. Thank you for repairing our shield generators. Is there anything I can do to help you?
I'm helping Jolan prepare a meal for the launch. Do you happen to have any spices?
My mate gave me a bit of Prishik last Brixen. Would that help?
Yes, thank you very much.
Alex is like a mother to all the children here. She always has a bit of candy in her pockets for them.
That should be everything on the list. We are, Jolan.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll save you a bowl of stew.
Sure, I love spicy food.
I need to scan the route we'll take to the colony. But the Kazon attack has damaged our astrometric system. All it will tell me is how far off I am from our target position. I feel like I'm taking shots in the dark. Would you be willing to help me?
Of course.
By adjusting the sensor array's pitch, up and down, and yaw, left and right, you can point the array at the target. By adjusting the force, you can change the distance the array examines. Be sure not to overshoot the target location. The array will be useless if that happens.
I think I can handle that. Okay. Okay, just the yaw. Lock it in.
I can't thank you enough for your help. Dex is going to be fine. The doctors say she'll be up and around in no time.
Glad to hear it, Neelix.
I need to return to Voyager. Please escort the Talaxian fleet to New Talix.
It would be an honor, Admiral.
We can return to Voyager at your earliest convenience. The Talaxians have much to do.
Certainly, Admiral. Ready to beam up? Mr. Neelix, see you on your new homeworld. Crossfield. One to be back. Transporter room. Beam Admiral Tuvok back.
Thank you for all you have done for the Talaxians. I believe that they will be a valuable ally to us in the days ahead. That would not have been possible without your assistance. I am confident we will see one another again. Until then, live long and prosper.
Peace and long life to you, Admiral.
Our ships are ready to depart. Travel to the staging area to join us in our new adventure.
On my way, Neelix. Helm. Get us into position.
Are you ready to depart for New Talax?
Helm, land a course for New Talix. Sir, I'm detecting extremely high radiation levels in this system. Too high for normal dispersal patterns. I'll investigate further. But first, Neelix is hailing from the Talaxian transport vessel. On screen.
Are you detecting the theta radiation spikes? Those levels have been normal and steady for weeks now. What could have happened?
We'll check it out. You stay here with the fleet. Helm, take a seat. Take us in. Tactical, take us to yellow alert. I don't like the looks of this one bit. Sir, there appears to be high amounts of theta radiation around the planet. Our scans indicate that it was recently placed here. It should not be an issue for us to remove them, but we'd have to deal with whoever dumped the radiation in the first place. Neelix, do you have an idea of who did this?
Theta radiation could mean only one thing: the Malon. They lack the technology to recycle antimatter waste, which has led them to develop an entire industry around dumping theta radiation in various areas. We can't survive on New Talax if the Malon are going to use it as their personal garbage dump.
I'll deal with this, Neelix. Helm, take us in. See if we can locate that. A Malon vessel. That might be them. Open hailing frequencies.
Unknown vessel. This site is claimed by the Malon. Go find your own dump site.
Talaxians have claimed this system. You need to find another place to dump your waste.
Why? I was here first. Besides, there's a neutron star near here that makes this the perfect location for our needs. Finding another would be too expensive. Tell the Talaxians to find another planet.
The Talaxians have been searching for years for a planet like their homeworld. We could assist you to find another dump site. Malon communication, sir. They're powering up weapons, but they're not a match for the crossfield. Red alert! Target their engines. Destroying their ships would only make the radiation worse. Sensors are detecting Malon reinforcements on an intercept course. Open fire. See if we can't drag them out. Battleship inbound. Let's see if they're willing to talk now.
Enough! You've ruined me. ship. At least spare my life.
Find another place to dump your trash.
The Malon are gone, but the radiation is still around. Oh, what can we do? This would have been a perfect homeworld, but we can't live here if the radiation is going to infect the entire planet.
The crossfield can easily remove the radiation. Give us a moment. Helm, take us into position at the closest radiation batch. I think that'll do. It's already starting to look a lot better.
Thank you so much for all of your help. You are a true friend to me and to the Talaxian people. Your crew will always be welcome on New Talax. And good luck in your voyages. I hope to see you again soon.
It has been a pleasure, Neelix. Best of luck to you and your people. We have a mission, sir. We can leave as soon as you're ready. Helm, take us out of here. Warp 5.